Hey everybody, welcome back to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim, and this is a channel where we talk about everything to do with crafting. So from amigurumi to weaving and anything in between. If you like crafting of any type, stick around. I'm pretty sure we will cover it at some point. Today is my homage to Crystal over at Bag a Day. Excuse me. I want to show you all of the stitches of hers that I've tried so far. And what I do is I make up a swatch of them. I make myself little notes, and then I'm making myself a swatch library of all the stitches I've learned from Crystal. So why don't we jump right into it? Okay. So here, obviously, is the single crochet. Super simple. It's the base. It's what everybody learns first off. Okay. It's a 1 row repeat. And yes, my tails are sticking out because with the swatches, I'm not hiding the tails. It's a 1 row repeat, and you can do it with any chain number. So there's no certain stitch count that you have to do the single crochet. I'm starting with these because these are the base of most of the other ones that Crystal has taught me so far. In a lot of hers, they look really difficult, and then she's like, well, if you can do the single and the double, you can do this. So first was the single. This is the extended single. Now you can see the difference, a little bit airier is what I'll call it. So the extended single, again, it's a 1 row repeat, and you can do it with any count. Okay. Next, let's see. Here is the, I'm trying to do them in order. Here is the half double. This, hands down, is my favorite stitch. I use it a lot. I use it often. If I'm trying to create something of my own, like a pattern or something without a pattern, I use this stitch. I love it because it's solid, it's versatile, it's a 1 row repeat, and you can do it with any count. So there is my favorite stitch, and that's the half double. Next is the double. So you can see, compare the two. Again, it's a little taller. Now I'm using the same base count, but you can see because the stitch is bigger, it's a little bit longer. But this is the double crochet, and again, a great base start. I highly recommend you start with these, at least the single, the double, and then the treble, which I'll show you in a minute. But if you learn these basic stitches, you can pretty much take them and make other stitches with them. So this is a 1 row repeat, and of course, any number. So that's a good one. That was the double. This is the extended double. Okay. So that's pretty, the extended double there, just a little bit taller. So if you want, it's very light, it's very, flexible. If you're looking to get a project done quickly, this is very versatile, and it works up really fast. So it is any count and 1 row repeat. Now we've got the half treble. Okay. Full disclosure, the treble is my least favorite. So this one, there you go. It's just a little bit taller. And then we've got the treble. And then we've got the extended, the extended treble. So there's 3 different versions of the treble stitch. And again, these are 1 row and any number. So you don't need to worry about the count of your base chain for any of those basic stitches. And they're good to learn. Get yourself comfortable with those first, and then you can move on to some of these other ones. So let's jump right in. Here is the crochet blossom stitch. It's a 2 row repeat, and it's done in a count of 14 plus 2. So your base chain, you're going to go 14, 14, 14. Then when you get it as long as you want, add 2 more stitches, and you can start this. Again, all of these tutorials are on Crystal's website. channel. She has, I don't know, 1,200. I mean, she's got a bunch, so many. And let's see how many I can get through. I doubt I'm going to get through 1,200, but we'll see. So there's the crochet blossom stitch. Very pretty. Okay, this one here is the hyacinth. So pretty. Not only that, hyacinth is my favorite flower. So that is a very, very pretty stitch. I think that would make a really nice scarf or a shawl or even a nice throw. And that is a 2-row repeat, and the base chain is 4 plus 2. So you're going to go 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, get it as long as you want, add 2 more. Okay. Now this next stitch, I like the stitch, but I do not like the yarn I used. It's the Paris stitch. The yarn I used is just, yeah, it's crazy, crazy busy. So I do like the stitch itself. You can see the detail of it. This is a 1-row repeat, and this is a stitch count of 3 plus 2. So again, 3, 3, 3, 3, and add 2 at the end. With a less, maybe the further away, it's not bad far away, but a less busy yarn would do that a lot more justice. All right. What do we got now? Here is the star stitch. I like the star stitch, but I struggled with it. I had to actually frog it out a few times and start over. But with Crystal, the way she teaches, I finally got it. You can see it's really pretty. And I did this in cotton because she suggests she was making like a dishcloth with it. So the star stitch is a 2-row repeat, and it can be done in any even number. So your base can be anything from, you know, as long as it is an even number to start. Next, we have the dishcloth stitch. Similar to the star. This one's easier for me. It's a 2-row repeat, and you can do it in any even or any count of 2. I really like this one. I actually did it in cotton so I could feel what it would feel like for a dishcloth. Love it. Love it. I might leave that one out and do a couple dishcloths later. All right. Here is a double split single. So again, you're going to see that a lot of it starts with the base of the single, the double, the treble, and then you just do variations of them. So this is a 1-row repeat. Again, great texture. I love both sides. A 1-row repeat, and it can be done in a count of 3 plus 2. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Tack on 2 at the end. So yeah, I really like that. Another really pretty one. Okay, what do we have here is the 3 plus V stitch. Here we go. I have to look up the stitch count and everything on that because I didn't write it down. I must have been in a hurry that day, but I will write it down. The 3 plus V stitch. It looks to be a 2-row repeat, but don't quote me on that. I will look it up. I'll set that one over there so I know where to look that one up. Okay. And here, boy, must have been the day. Must have been the same. So here's the 3D V stitch. So again, these all start with single and double crochets, and then you make them into the V stitch. You can see how this one kind of sticks out a little bit. That's making it the 3D. Sticks out at it. Again, I need to do the stitch count and the repeat. So I'm going to hang that over here. Okie doke. What do we got here? Here is the puff vine stitch. How pretty is that? Now you figure a blanket this long with all these beautiful vines going up. Absolutely beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. And it's easy. It is a 1-row repeat. Once you get going, it's a 1-row repeat. And you can do the stitch count is any 6 and then plus 5. So again, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. When you're done, tack on 5 and you can start. Okay, now we've got the feather stitch. Again, I've said before, this is my favorite, one of my favorite stitches. Sorry, the half double is my favorite, but as far as with the stitches that I've learned so far, you can see I use the feather stitch for the baby blanket that I made, that I was commissioned out to make. It's a great stitch. I love it. So the feather stitch is a 1 row repeat and any even number. You really can't go wrong with that. So, love it. I still think I want to do the fair blanket in that, but I don't know. It took me a long time to do that baby blanket. So, anyway, not your concern. So the feather stitch. Love that one. Here we go. This is a mystery stitch, and I'll explain that one. I was doing one of Crystal's stitches and I messed up because I wasn't paying attention, but then I really liked it. So what it is, instead of using a double crochet and a single crochet, I used a half double and an extended single. So that's how that's really pretty. Again, a nice light wrap or something. That'd be really nice. Again, oh, I don't like this, but it's a little bit better in this one. I got to get rid of that yarn or do something with it. I don't know. This is called the waffle stitch. I could see that. Well, I guess the colors let you see. Look at the top row and the bottom row. The middles are all a jumbled up thing, but you can pretty much see it. This is a 1 row repeat. I love those because I tend to get lost in the repeats. I have to make notes and remember where I am. I mark her videos so I can see them. And this is any count of 3. So easy. And again, like Crystal says, if you can do the double and the single, you can do this. Just remember, use the right yarn, which obviously I did not. Okay, the banner stitch. I struggled with this one. And I didn't write the stitch count and stuff. It must have been that day. I was just a mess that day, so I should have set those aside. But this is the banner stitch, and I will look up the stitch count. But isn't that nice? And it does have front posts and back posts, which Crystal shows you how to do as well. Not my favorite front and back posts because my hands don't work that well. So, oh, hey, I cut myself. So there you go. Pretty. Very nice. I could see a nice throw made with that. Sorry, with the cat hair on there. Put that over there. All right, what do we got here? The knotted half double. Again, starting with the half double. I love it. Look at that. It's so pretty. Nice sturdy stitch. Any number of stitches, so it doesn't matter, and it's a 1 row repeat. Very nice. I love it. Definitely could see a blanket done in that. Okay, now we've got the single crochet ribbed cluster. This would be perfect for a dishcloth. Use scrubby yarn. It'd be a great scrubby. It's a 1 row repeat and any multiple of 3. Very sturdy very sturdy stitch. So it'd be great. Even a bathroom washcloth or something. I wouldn't use scrubby, but yeah, so that's a nice stitch there. This one I just did the other day, the double thermal stitch. The cool thing about this stitch, you know how you're used to going back and forth and back and forth? This one is done up and down. So I'd never done that before, but again, Crystal shows you how to do it. But it's the double crochet and it's done up and down. There's no count. You can do it at any count, and it's a 1 row repeat. But it's really neat. You can see I just ended. But what you're doing is you're working like in the front loop only, and you connect them together. It's really, I could not imagine something to wear made with this, but a blanket, oh my goodness, I'd never get out from underneath it. It's just so heavy. I mean, if you like heavy stuff, you could wear it, but I love that. Love it, love it. The double thermal. What one is this? the meadow stitch. Okay, easy to do. It's a 2-row repeat and it's any even number. Again, double crochet. Okay, you learn the double and you can take it anywhere. So there's that. Okay, this next one I had a hard time with. The stacked brick. Stacked brick. Stacked brick. It's pretty, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. Couple things. I don't like changing the color that often. I suppose you could do it without changing the color, but then that wouldn't stand out as well. And I had to pull it apart a couple of times. Excuse me. It is an 8-row repeat. I got lost. Again, like I said, 1 and 2, I'm good, maybe 3, but you get to an 8-row repeat, nope. So, and then the count is any 8 plus 2. It's pretty. I love it. But boy, I really struggled with it. You can tell that's why it's such a small swatch. Okay, this next one's really fun. The chain link. Again, remember I'm using scrap yarn, so this just turned into another color and I didn't change it. So there we go. It really looks like a chain link fence. I love it. So fun. It is a 4-row repeat and it's done in 6 plus 3. Any count of 6 plus 3. So awesome. Maybe that would make a cool fair blanket. I don't know. I'm so undecided. Chain link. All right. Okay, we're about halfway through. This one is the Elizabeth stitch. It's a 1-row repeat, any even number. There's one side. There's the other. They look pretty similar. Yep, the Elizabeth. Also, Crystal said it's also called the mini bean. I can see that, little mini beans on there. Next we have the tulip stitch. It's a 1-row repeat. And she does show you at the end how to make that a flat across the top. And it is done in any 4 plus 2. Your base chain has to be a count of 4 and then add 2. Pretty. It's funny how sometimes the yarn makes the stitch and sometimes the yarn ruins the stitch. So, okay, this one's nice and puffy. What is it? It is the tipped scales stitch. Isn't that cute? Love it. It is a 1-row repeat, right up my alley, and it's done in a count of 4 plus 1. So, when I hang these up, you know I'm going to hang them up alphabetical because that's how my brain goes. Not that I'm going to remember the name and say, oh, I should look up for the, you know, whatever. Anyway. Oh, so here's the one I was doing. It was the silk stitch I was doing when I made up the other one. Where'd that go? Here. So here's what I was working on is the silk stitch. And the silk stitch is a count of 2, any count of 2, and it's a 1-row repeat. And what I came up with was my mystery stitch. It's just a little bit airier. So there you go. Those are my 2. Should I call it the extended stilt? Extended silt? Maybe I'll write that on there. Extended silt. Then I'll know what I was actually starting with. So that's why I did them in the same color. It's a very, very slight difference. I mean, you can see this one's just got, it's a little thinner. So if you want the silk stitch, but you need a little bit less weight, there you go. Okay, here is a beautiful one. The ball gown stitch. Look at that. I love it. I believe it's a 2-row repeat, but again, it was that day. I must have done a bunch of them that day where I didn't write them down. So the ball gown stitch, stay tuned for the stitch count and the row repeat, but look at how pretty that is. Very nice. And I think it's because they call it the, Crystal explained it looked like a girl wearing a ball gown, but I can't. I could see it when she was showing it, but I can't figure it out right now. But the ball gown stitch. This one is the double crochet Trinity stitch. It resembles to me the granny. It almost looks like a straight granny stitch. It's a 1 row repeat and it's any even count. You can see that works up nicely. Okay, we've got here the mixed cluster. Again, nice. A lot of these have a lot of texture to them, which is really cool. So you can make a lot of different things. They're not just the same old, you know. So this one is a 2 row repeat and any even number. There's one side and there's the other. Very nice. And then here's the prairie stitch. I like this one too. It's pretty. The prairie stitch is a 2 row repeat and any even number. Lines up nicely. Okay, here we have the primrose stitch. It is a 2 row repeat and it's a multiple of 3. So you can see the stitch definition. I think that's a bit of a busy yarn for it. And you can see the difference in the texture. Sorry, the tension of my original row. Full disclosure, I think I was sitting at my desk doing this. Whatever. Okay, this one is Mining for Diamonds. Now you can see, here we go, the diamond pattern. And I love this. I would like a tablecloth or a nice throw to lay on the back of the couch made out of this. It is a 4 row repeat, which again, right at the top of my chain. And it's done in a count of 10 plus 3. But boy, look at that. Is it worth it? I love it. There's a little diamonds. Mining for Diamonds. Could that be the winner for the fair? I'm putting those up there. And here we go, the Glover stitch, 1 row repeat and any even. You can see here's one side of it. And then the back is a little bit, I think it's about the same on both sides. So that's nice. This would make a nice cardigan. I think that would be a pretty cardigan pattern. Okay, here's another one I struggled with. The dragon stitch. Whew. It's a 2 row repeat, but for some reason, man, I struggled with this one. So you can see the swatch is really small. And it's done in any count of 8 plus 2. It's a beautiful stitch, and I highly recommend you try it, but I struggled with it. You know, sometimes stitches just don't flow off the way they're supposed to. So here is the interlocking fans. And again, you can see that. There's the fans. That's pretty. Oh, there you go. You can see that better. Okay, there's the pattern. It is a count of 10 plus 2, and it's a 2 row repeat. I feel like I already did that. No. Okay, here's a nice thick one. And this is the bud stitch. Yeah, I like the bud stitch. Nice and sturdy. 1 row repeat and any odd number. So again, depending on the yarn you use, I used a thicker yarn for this one. This would make a nice heavier blanket, maybe a twin size for the bed or something instead of just a throw. Make a really nice one. This was a stitch I'm currently working on a blanket. This is the pebble stitch. It's a 4 row repeat, and it's done in any count of 4 plus 2. I'm actually making it a 6-row repeat because I'm spreading out the pebbles. So let's see, I can see a pretty pattern on this one, and this is the dropped sedge stitch. It's a 1-row repeat, and it's done in 3 plus 2. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Add 2 on the end. You can see the nice pattern. That would make a really good cardigan. I would love a cardigan made of that. All right, and here is the wave stitch, no, the ripple stitch. And I folded it in half because I made the swatch really long. But you can see, you know, it's pretty. You know, do some red, white, and blue, and you could make a nice flag for the holiday, for, you know, July 4th. So there's that. We're getting there. We're almost done. There's just a couple left. What's this one? I already did the alpine stitch. And here we go is the thicket stitch. I like this one. It's a 1-row repeat, any even. And last but not least is the double loop, which is so fun. So I'm going to make runners for my camper, probably out of this exact yarn and out of this pattern. So this is a 2-row repeat, and you can do it with any count. I love it. It's so fun. So those are all of the stitches I've learned so far from Crystal. Again, I'll put a link to her channel in the description. Again, if you are new to crochet, or even if you're not, if you have been doing it for years, check out Crystal. She's very patient. She's a great teacher, and I've only been crocheting for 2 years. Not even. May will be 2 years. And she has taught me everything I know. So there's my homage to Crystal. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, share it, check out Crystal. Check out my other playlists. I have a bunch of them on there. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Be creative.